Alright, so let's take a look at el calendario y la fecha. So that is the calendar and the date. Okay, got some vocabulary to review. Mes, día, semana, año, hoy, mañana, cuántos, fecha, hay, and I'm saying I almost the same way you would talk about yourself, like I am, with just more of a little accent at the end. I, los meses del año, los días de la semana, enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, y diciembre. And I just want to clarify, December is diciembre. When I said y diciembre, I was saying and December. Days of the week. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. When telling the date in Spanish, the day comes before the month. So as you can see in the example, we have the 30th of September in 2016. Now that can get tricky if you're looking at a date that comes earlier in the month, like if you're looking at the 7th of September, you might read it backwards if you're thinking with your American brain, and you might read it as July 9th. So be careful, especially when you're buying tickets, because you can end up buying them for the wrong month or the wrong day. You can really mess up a trip like that. In Spanish, how would you say it is the first of the month? And the hint is it's not el uno. So think about that. How would you say something comes first? Okay? Es el primero de. You have to say that. That literally says it is the first of. So we would never say it's the 1 of September. We would say it's the 1st of September. We say the same thing in English. You've just got to train your brain to now say it in Spanish. The next thing. In Spanish, we do not capitalize the months or the days of the week. I don't know if you noticed that when I went over how to say them. None of them were capitalized. Most Spanish calendars start on Monday, which is lunes. That's also something you've got to watch out for when you are buying tickets or traveling, making plans. If you're looking at a Spanish calendar, it's going to start on Monday. So we need to ask ourselves now, what are these questions asking? And in a second, we're going to talk about how to respond to these questions. Remember, not only do you need to be able to read what something says or understand what someone's asking, but you also need to be able to respond. That's part of having the conversation. That's part of having the ability to show you understand what's going on. So we're going to do the first part now. ¿Qué día es hoy? What day is today? ¿Cuál es la fecha? What's the date? ¿Qué día es mañana? What day is tomorrow? ¿Cuál es la fecha de mañana? What is tomorrow's date? ¿Cuántos días hay en una semana? How many days are in a week? ¿Cuántos meses hay en un año? How many days are in a year? And now how do we respond? ¿Qué día es hoy? What day is today? Hoy es el, and then whatever day of the week it is. So that literally says today is the, today is, and then you could say Monday, Tuesday, miércoles, jueves, whatever it is for that day of the week. The next one. ¿Cuál es la fecha? What's the date? Hoy es el, then you're going to have the number, day, and then you're going to have the month. So that says today is the, let's say it's the 1st of whatever month. ¿Qué día es mañana? What day is tomorrow? Mañana es el, and then the day of the week. Tomorrow is, let's say, Monday. Next one. ¿Cuál es la fecha mañana? Mañana es, then the date and the month. That says, what is tomorrow's date? The next one. ¿Cuántos días hay en una semana? How many days are there in a week? We all know there's 7, but you can't just write the number 7. You've got to be able to give me a complete sentence. Hay 7 días. There are 7 days. The next one. ¿Cuántos meses hay en un año? How many months are in a year? Hay 12 meses. There's 12 months. Remember, complete sentences are key. You may be able to read stuff all day long, but if you can't answer, we're not going to get very far and we're not going to be able to communicate. We're going to skip this. This is something you have to do with a partner. Let's take a look at this one. Read the following sentences and rewrite them, making the necessary corrections. Translate them into English too. Número 1. El día de San Patricio es el 14 de enero. No, no es el 14 de enero. Es el 17 de marzo. So we know St. Patrick's Day is not the 14th of January. It's the 17th, or maybe it is the 14th. I can never remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. Of March. So we're just going to take out enero and put in marzo. El día de San Patricio es el 14 de marzo. St. Patrick's Day is the 14th of March. Número 2. El día de San Valentín es en junio. St. Valentine's Day is in June. Now it's telling us in February, so we're going to plug that in. We know it's in February. It's in febrero. And you would translate that to Valentine's Day is in February. So continue trying that with 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then I'll tell you if you're right. So go ahead and pause this and give it a shot on your own paper. Okay, number 3. Hanukkah is in February. Hanukkah es en febrero. We know Hanukkah comes right around Christmas. We hear it all the time. And it is in December. Hanukkah es en diciembre. How'd you do? 4. La Navidad, Christmas, es el 25 de noviembre. No, no es el 25 de noviembre. Es el 25 de diciembre. Christmas is the 25th of December. 5. El Día de la Independencia de los Estados Unidos es el 4 de junio. July 4th Independence Day is June 4th. We know it's not June 4th, it's July 4th. We call it July 4th. So we're going to change June to July, and we should have el Día de Independencia de los Estados Unidos es el 4 de julio. Y número 6, number 6. Hoy es el 3 de agosto. Now, depending on what day you're watching this date is going to change. When I made this PowerPoint, it was September. So the correct month there would be September in this case. And the date would, of course, change based on whatever day it is now. Moving on. We're going to look at this calendar. Now, this calendar is for the month of March in some random year, not necessarily now. And we're being told that we're going to pretend today is the 18th of March. So where it says hoy in blue, H-O-Y, we're going to pretend that is today. Number 1 is asking, ¿Cuál es la fecha de hoy? Now look back in your notes where we went over all the vocabulary at the beginning and think to yourself, okay, I know hoy is today. What's fecha? think. What's fecha? The date. What is the date of today? We already know it's the 18th, but how do you say that in Spanish? Hoy es el 18 de marzo. Today is the 18th of March. All right, now give 2 through 6 a shot, and I will go over them with you when you are finished. So go ahead and pause this. Okay, number 2. Número 2. ¿Qué día es? ¿Qué día de la semana es? What day of the week is it? We know today is right here. What day of the week is that? Now, I told you Spanish calendars start on a Monday. So, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves. Oh, es jueves! Hoy es jueves. Today is Thursday. 3. ¿Qué día es mañana? What day is tomorrow? If today is right here, mañana is here. Y mañana es viernes. 4. ¿Cuál es la fecha mañana? Now we just learned fecha means date. We know mañana is tomorrow, so we can assume that this says what is tomorrow's date. Tomorrow's date is the 19th, and in Spanish you would say that mañana, tomorrow, es el 19 de marzo. Tomorrow is the 19th of March. 5. ¿Cuántos días hay en este mes? We know días is day. We learned I is there is or there are. They told you este is this, and we know mes is mes based on our vocab. What's cuántos? You haven't learned that word. Cuántos. It means how many. How many days are in this month? 31. Can I write the number 31? No, because I need to have what? Complete sentences. So I need to be able to say there are 31 days this month. Hay 31 días en este mes. There are 31 days in this month. Easy. And the last one, número 6. ¿Cuántos días hay en una semana? Same principle as before. How many days are there in una semana? What's una semana? A week. How many days are there in a week? Hay 7 días. That is a review question from what we just went over. And then we have the running of the bulls. So I have this lovely YouTube video for you to watch. You will have to look it up. It is Rick Steves, and what is it called? He is in Spain. I think if you type in Rick Steves running of the bulls, it will come up. But basically, it's a short video that shows you, let me go through this. It shows you these sorts of pictures of what the running of the bull is. It shows you what it's like for the onlookers and where they're standing and how they participate. The fence that they're on is the fence protecting the path that the bull runners are on. So you can see there's a bull right there. That poor guy's about to get hit. These guys are all terrified. This guy's so scared he's climbing up the pole. And these people are all watching from balconies. And honestly, they probably paid to use the balcony. That's a way for those family members that live on the bull run route to make some money. So here's another look at it. And that is the path they take. It's about a mile long. They go from their bullpen all the way through the town to the bull ring. Let's go back to the notes. Alright, Los Sanfermines, aka the Running of the Bulls, is a popular 2-week festival in Pamplona, Spain. And it's named for the town's patron saint, San Fermin, who is commemorated on July 7th every year. So if you ever want to go to the bull run, the Running of the Bulls, you need to go in July. The celebration includes daily bullfights, but before they begin, the real fun begins. As the bulls are released from their pens and run through the streets, many people run alongside them or ahead of them to the bull ring. All right, and that is it for that. Thank you.